Zimbabwean politics, especially ZANU-PF politics, is becoming more interesting as each day passes. And it's very important for us to look at what General Chiwenga is doing. You go back to 2025. General Chiwenga visited the critical places in Zimbabwe only around 5-6 times. But when you are looking at what he did in 2026 from January to March, the first week of March, you can see that he has visited different places more times than what he did in 2025, the entire year. Then there is something which is symbolic. The message he is delivering each and every time he speaks. He speaks, number one, with authority. Number two, he speaks with clarity. As a person who is within the government, it seems as if he is well informed, even more than his principal. So we need to take a look on something which he said on his last visit to the Midlands province. Let us take a look.
It closed down in 2022 because of a number of reasons, and those now have now been addressed, and the government has taken a bold move through Mtapa Fund to inject funds, and this is why now you see there is the cleanup which is going up, and the maintenance works that are going on here at Sable's. The chief executive tells us, Engineer Mashumba, that at the pace we are going now, all the works will be complete by end of April, and we should start seeing just behind you a bag of ammonium nitrate being dropped there by end of May, beginning of June. And the timetables which they have given us, time frames are very vivid, and it is doable. And so what does this mean to our projected economic growth in the agricultural sector, which is one of the main drivers and one of our biggest pillars in the growth of our economy, is that we will be able to produce fertilizer locally, the AN, which is vital for our agriculture. The next thing we have now discussed and agreed, and they have already gone much far now. Mutapa, the engineer Mashumba CEO, and Masawara, their partner, in looking at how we can get ammonia, and we are going to soon be discussing with ammonia producing companies now locally. We have Palm River in the Bridge. We have got in Wange a number of companies, and we are also now going to look at how we can extract the ammonia gas using the Ministry of Mines and Mining Development. So all these are now plans that we have discussed in some greater detail. Some of the finer detail will come up as we will be working, as we will be.
So this is what General Chiwenga was saying. He was explaining the process of them making probably fertilizer, and this is about agriculture. And also he spoke much about the issues to do with mining, but that is not the issue. The issue is, why is it that in 2025 you visited different parts and places around 5-6 times, but this year, 2026, January, February, March, you have visited around 6 to 7 times or even more? The question is, why? What is really happening? So, in as much as the opposition is preparing to defend the constitution, blah, 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 General Chiwenga is not worried about the constitution. General Chiwenga is positioning himself as the next leader of ZANU-PF. You can actually see that the way he is moving around, the way he is creating his schedules, he's creating schedules where there is none, such that he moves around and is doing it on camera. And number one, he's making sure that when he addresses with much clarity and understanding of what is happening and what needs to be done. What is the agenda? The agenda is to simply tell the nation, tell ZANU-PF and tell everyone that I know what is happening. I know the projects which are running and I can take over and complete them. That is the message which is being sent by General Chiwenga right now. So when you're looking at that, it's strategic. It's very important to know that this war, which we have seen in Zimbabwe right now, it's something. Look at the places he's visiting. He's visiting Zvishavane, Mberengwa, Kwekwe. Why these areas? Why Midlands province? Midlands province is very critical and very important militarily and also financially because it holds strategic mineral activities which are happening right there, as well as the interests of the military because of the Great Dike, the investments around the Great Dike, and so forth. So you can see that it's a very strategic place chosen by VP Chiwenga to launch his own movement. What is happening should be understood by the people of Zimbabwe. When you're looking at Zvigananda are meeting people each and every time, each and every day. General Chiwenga is choosing to meet people, government officials, military officials, and other stakeholders in various provinces, in various areas and places. But he'll be doing so like he's doing government programs. So he's sending, number one, the message that I know what is being done and I have the capacity to complete it. I have the clarity to pursue it. But secondly, I still have people. When I move, they can come to me. We can meet. We can talk. It's how that's how a commander works. That's how a commander operates. So when you're looking at this, General Chiwenga is probably strengthening his provincial alliances. Is is maintaining his visibility in one of the most strategic regions and places, and also he's giving himself more access to state resources, because the more you move, the more money comes your way, and the more you can run around your logistics, the more you meet new people, the more you talk to new people, and probably you find people who can actually open up to you, fund your plans and everything else. So this is critical. This is important. He is positioning himself for the 2027 agenda. While list all the ZANU-PF people, they are running around 2030, 2030, 2030. General Chiwenga is now ahead. He is working on the 2027 agenda, ZANU-PF Congress, where everyone who is looking at him in terms of clarity, in terms of understanding, in terms of awareness, in terms of leadership, they'll be left with no reason to believe that he's not capable. So this is a strategic move, a big one, to say it loud. And this is not going to sit well with those who supported the Mafidi dynasty, the people who are behind Mafidi dynasty and everyone else. So Midlands is critical. Midlands is very important. Midlands is powerful. And by him managing to take care of it, by him managing to explore through the entire province, and not only Midlands province, he is likely going to move around the whole nation. So if he continues at this pace, by the time we get to December, you would have met a lot of people, different people, different stakeholders. But I don't think that his target is December. His target is probably mid-year. By mid-year, you would have traversed throughout the country, you would have traversed different places and, met different people. And that is strategic, that is key, because when you are moving on a government initiative, you get to meet several people without questions being asked. Why did you meet with so and so? It's unlike someone who is traveling from Harare to Masvingo on a private business. people ask questions, why did you meet so and so? But if it is a government program, government officials and other stakeholders, they are forced to go to that program, including ZANU-PF political leadership and district leadership in certain areas and various areas. Whether they disagree with VP Chiwenga or not, they are forced to attend those events, initiatives, because he is a party leader and a government official. So you can see that this is a very, very strategic move which has been made by General Chiwenga right here. And time is going to tell what everything is going to give us, but it's something else. So Midlands Province, Masvingo Province, Manicaland Province, these are strategic provinces which I think he will need to deal with before any other province. But we'll be watching to see which province is he going to visit next. But as of now, General Chiwenga is winning. His strategy is paying off, and if he continues to meet people and various people in different provinces the way he's doing right now, it's going to be a plus for him. So this is it, just a recap. Vice President Chiwenga last year, 2025, he traveled on state business to do some inspections. I think it was around 5 or 6 times. Then in 2026 alone, he has visited several places, especially Midlands province. So that is a strategic move. The question is, why visit so many places in just a very short period of time? It has never happened. It is happening now. The man is positioning himself. The man is sending a signal. The man is sending a message, and the man is taking charge. So it's going to be very, very interesting. 2026, 2027 is going to be a very interesting year. So what we are likely going to see is there is going to be resistance this year. General Chiwenga believes that the 2027 Congress is coming. That is the reason why the man is preparing. And one of the most important things to note for the people in the opposition, General Chiwenga vatotanga campaign avo for both 2027 and 2028. So it's wise for the people to continue mobilizing in the grassroots, to continue building in the grassroots, such that you win as time moves on. So it's very, very interesting. We continue to watch and see what is happening, but this is where we are.